Hello, we're going to start back in Piskel and try to make a character that's going to be running whenever we press right or left, whenever they should be running. And to do this, we're going to create a little animation. And we haven't done this before in these previous lessons. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to pick the size of my character. Let's have him 20 wide, but 30 tall. So when I hit enter, this is going to be our character. So I want our character to look kind of like they're running. I am going to do as basic of a job as I can, just so I'm not droning on and on throughout this video, because it would take a long time to make it look really nice. But let's have our body like this, and so, and have an arm kind of coming up here, and another one. Does that look like he's got two arms? Should we put a smile on his face or her face? Uh, Whatever it is. And let's add a little bit of pigment to them. And there we go. Orange head man. All right, so this is what our character is going to look like. Now, if I hover over that picture up here and I go duplicate this frame, now I have that same picture, but I can modify it however I'd like, and then it'll help us make an animation. So I'm just going to take off these, and I'm going to switch this back to black, and I'm going to have this leg kind of go, oh, wrong color, still on the eraser. I'm going to have this look like so. And you can see in the upper left-hand corner, or upper right-hand corner, you can see his legs are going. His arms are flicking on and off. Now, if we slow it down, you can turn out and see how many frames per second. So it looks like at 5 frames per second, you can see how it's moving. But we're going to want it faster than 5 frames per second. So let's have one arm kind of go like this, and one arm like that. And that's what it looks like. Nothing fantastic. Let's slow that down just a tiny bit. All right, so that's how our character is going to move. I don't like this. I guess I probably shouldn't care. But I don't like having his two arms in front there. Let's have it like this. So his arms are just kind of wiggling a little bit. I think that looks a little bit nicer. Uh, Not fantastic, but it's 2 frames. Now, we can have as many frames as we want here, and the more frames you have, the more smooth it's going to look. And you can plan it out, make it much better than I'm making it here. But then we need to save each of these individually. So what I'm going to do is, well, export them individually anyway. So here it says select frame export. So that's under PNG. So we don't want to do the whole thing. Then it will have like one on top of the other. We just want a selected frame export. So I'll do that. And then it'll say new Piskel 1. And if I switch over to here and then selected frame export, you see new pixel 2. And so 1, 2. That's where you get them. And now we got to make sure those are in the correct folder and they have the right name on. So this I'm using um, my laptop, so it's not going to be the same as on your Raspberry Pi. But you could name this whatever you want, and then .png. I'll say running 1.png, and this one will be running 2.png. All right, now I'm going to take both those and put them into my pygame folder. There we go. And now we're ready for the next step.